Our governments at all levels must go tough on persons engaged in human trafficking, drug and sexual abuse to curtail the growing trend. This was a submission of gender-based violence and anti-trafficking advocates at the close of a two-day campaign in Abuja.
The two-day campaign began with a roadwork where the organizers enlightened members of the public on the dangers of human trafficking, drug and sexual abuse. This was followed by a sensitization workshop where key players fighting against the menace shared their insights on how Nigeria can use established laws to fight these social menaces.
Human trafficking takes many forms, from sexual exploitation to forced labor, substance abuse, and organ trafficking. It preys on the vulnerable, exploiting poverty, inequality, and desperation.
In terms of prosecution, we have special courts across the nation that actually are domesticated to handle cases of human trafficking.
It's a collective fight. A fight that all the stakeholders here must fight together. No type of trafficking is more serious or harmful for the other. One would say, oh, people live in, forced labor, they are helping people, but then the living condition is bizarre. You employ somebody that is underage, you don't pay them, you cramp them up in an under-stairway lockage. It is still human trafficking.
Human trafficking in modern day slavery, it preys on the vulnerability of our young people, trapping them in a cycle of exploitation and abuse. The illicit drug has ensnared countless young lives, leading to addiction, crime, and shattered dreams.
At IOM, we recognize the critical need to address the complex and interconnected challenges that threaten the well-being and future of Nigerian youth. Human trafficking, sexual abuse, and drug abuse are not only violations of human rights, but also significant impediments to sustainable development and social cohesion.
The gathering identifies slow dispensation of justice and lack of sensitization campaigns in rural areas as factors responsible for the increasing rate of human trafficking, drug and sexual abuse.
We should learn to, give out our voices, lend our voices out there for people in authorities to know that when this thing is being done, and they say, we are going to do this, you need to do it. It's not just about sitting somewhere talking about it. The policies that you said, you've been able to put in places, have they been able to prosecute anyone?
The major thing we can do as parents is to guide our children, because the parents play one of the biggest role in what we're discussing here today. So I bet if we parents address issues happening around our children, I get this thing will solve this problem 50%.
We do know that, we understand that as a state, that idleness and lack of jobs contribute immensely to the drive for trafficking and even drug abuse. Especially, we all know that an idle mind is the devil's workshop, as it is said all over the world. Hence, we have projects. The state government has a job creation office where projects youths are trained and empowered. After the training, they are given starter packs and all that to set up different businesses across board, from computer engineering to other artisanal jobs. So, the state government is very keen on the development of youths, and that is why we also have a Directorate of Youth Monitoring and Mentorship in the state.
The program themed Tackling the Multidimensional Vices Ravaging the Nigerian Youth came to a close with the organizers resolving to take the human trafficking, drug and sexual abuse campaign across the country, especially rural communities. Iwa Rueho Uduimo, AIT News, Abuja.